Hello everyone, before the video starts, I do have hay fever, and hay fever sucks, so it might sound like I have a bit of a cold throughout this video. Okay, so today I'm going to dive into a bit of a controversial topic. Not really. I'm just going to discuss how the original Doom is far better than Doom 2. But before we dive into that, let me give you a bit of context. Recently, I played through both games on livestream. Some of you may have watched this. 8 live streams in total, 4 for the original Doom, 4 for Doom 2. Big shout out to everyone who joined in those. And after experiencing both, I have some strong opinions, which it seems like people online generally agree with. First, let's quickly breeze over the original Doom. This game, in comparison to Doom 2, was an absolute masterpiece. It's no wonder that it's considered one of the best games of all time in many people's eyes, especially shooter players. You know, the atmosphere, level design, the pacing, and even the mazes and the little tricks you have to do to navigate throughout the levels are all, you know, great. Everything just clicks. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. The demon-infested corridors of that game, still unmatched today. One thing that really stood out to me, and it seems like many people online agree with this, is the boss battles in the original Doom. Barons of Hell, Cyber Demon, these encounters felt very intense and satisfying and rewarding once you beat them. You actually had to strategize a bit, and it felt like a real climax to the end of the original Doom episodes. Whereas Doom 2, like, don't get me wrong, it's still a good game. It has its own merits, like the double barrel shotgun was my favorite thing about that, and again, I think many people online agree with this, and the new enemies that spice things up were great additions as well. But when you get down to it, Doom 2 just doesn't have the same magic as the original for me. One of the biggest letdowns was the final boss. I beat the Icon of Sin in like 3 minutes and 40 seconds. All you do is shoot rockets into a hole while dodging some monsters. It felt incredibly easy once I figured it out, and honestly, pretty boring. Compared to the intense showdowns in the original, there's no contest at all. The bosses in Doom 2, quite frankly, suck in comparison to the bosses of the original game. This isn't just me, as I've said already. When I looked online on places like Reddit or forums, or even asked my own chat when I was streaming the game, there's tons of people who feel the same way. Some of the comments I came across were things such as Doom's bosses felt like real threats, especially Cyber Demon. I agree with this. Whereas the final boss in Doom 2 was kind of a gimmick. Again, I agree with this completely. Other comments say that the level design in the original Doom is more memorable, whereas Doom 2 had way too many confusing and sprawling maps, which I agree with. I got stuck way more in Doom 2, and it just felt frustrating. Whereas the times I got somewhat stuck in the original Doom, I feel like I quickly solved the puzzles easier, faster, and I don't know, it was just rewarding. Whereas a lot of the times the puzzles in Doom 2 had me feeling like, my reaction to some of them was pretty much like, damn, I would have never figured this out if someone in chat hadn't have told me, or I hadn't have read this online to get some help, because they were just so dumb. Things like, shoot this random wall with a particular weapon will unlock this. Random stuff like that. There was one wall where you had to shoot it with either the shotgun or the double barrel, I think, and I was shooting it for like 2 minutes with a plasma weapon thinking that, hey, this has to be the way forward, and I was right, but you had to shoot it with a particular weapon. Stuff like that, just incredibly broken. Like, what if you get into that room and you don't have any ammo for your human weapons? Like, you're just screwed. There was also cases in Doom 2 where I got stuck in rooms that were unescapable because certain objects didn't spawn, because the game expected you to navigate the maps in a certain way to trigger certain events, and if you don't do that, you actually can end up getting stuck and have to restart your run, which was very painful. It happened to me twice. Finally, I love the original's atmosphere. Doom 2 tried to go bigger, but lost some of the tight and claustrophobic feel that made the game feel so like scary as well. There was many dark corridors and things in the original game, and even though it's 2D sprite graphics, I still kind of got jump scared in the original a lot more, which was fun. I didn't think that a game that's so old and basic could get such a reaction out of me. So yeah, seems like a lot of us online share the same sentiment. The original Doom just has a timeless quality to it. It's tighter, more focused, and the boss battles obviously wildly better than the sequel. But I'm curious what everyone watching this thinks. I think the majority will align with my opinions, because obviously those are the opinions I have found online already. But let me know in the comments if you've played both games. Did you prefer Doom the original or Doom 2? And if you haven't checked out my live streams for the games, then you can go and watch those if you feel like it. There's probably somewhere in the region of 12 to 16 hours of content there. And I will be playing Doom 64 at some time in the near future as well. That's all. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe and stuff like that. I will be playing more retro games other than Doom 2. So if you do like, retro games, then make sure to subscribe. I have got a couple cool games coming up, such as Celico, which is one. Really looking forward to playing. So obviously, yeah, stay tuned so you don't miss any of that stuff. And I'll catch you in the next one. This was somewhat of an informal video, but you guys seem to like that stuff. So yeah, okay, bye.